Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a pick a group tarot reading. I really wanted to get this one out before Valentine's Day, so thank God I managed to finish it in time. But there's a few interesting things that I want to share before we get into the reading. Today's video will feature divination tools from two of my favorite readers. I have a lot of favorite readers, but these two, I have enjoyed their readings on YouTube and Instagram for over a year. At least two, I would say, for both of them. I feel very privileged to have my hands on their divination tools, and I want to share those with you before I introduce the groups, because today's video is all about how the person on your mind sees you. We're going to be looking at this person's current energy towards you, and by doing that, I'm going to be using story dice from Jalissa's messages. You can get these dice from her store, Jalissa's Manifestations on Etsy. I will have links to her social media, her store, in the description box. We'll also be having a look at how this person on your mind sees you by getting oracle cards, by getting tarot cards. We're using one of Jalissa's messages tarot decks here, which I'll introduce later when I introduce the groups to you. And then we're going to get channeled messages from this person as well. The channeled messages decks I'm using today are from Luli Cat Tarot, the Persephone Oracle. This oracle, I feel, will appeal to a lot of you. The imagery itself is very Lilith. It's quite haunting. It's striking. The energy is so grounding and calming, and it's been really easy for me to objectively tune in. I haven't used it on myself, but using it for others, it's a very easy deck to follow. It feels very, what's the word? It feels very revealing, for lack of a better word. I don't know if it's just because of the colors and the imagery, but it's easy to read between the lines here and to get those honest messages. We're also going to be using this, Respectfully the Truth Oracle from Jalissa's messages. It's a huge deck. This is only about a quarter of it in my hands, and all of Jalissa's divination tools will be linked in the description box with Luli Cat's divination tools as well. I'm going to put their social media links in the description box. If you like anything you see, and I'm sure you will, you can follow those links and support them. On top of channeled messages for your reading today, we're going to be getting advice on what you should do in order to get the best possible outcome for yourself. There will also be an extended reading for each of the groups where we will delve deeper into key themes and specific questions that we'll find in your reading. So it's important that you start here to get there. I'm going to introduce you to the three groups, and this will hopefully help you figure out which of these groups contains the most honest messages about the person on your mind. So before we get into it, here's where I need to ask you for a little incy-wincy favor. My beautiful viewers, it is important that entering this reading, you have a very specific person on your mind. It's one of those readings where I would discourage you from entering it with a general idea. Be very clear about the person that you are asking about today, because the groups each have very specific messages. The themes are very specific, and the goal here is to steer you in the right direction. I don't want to give you the wrong information, the wrong advice, because we've started off on the wrong foot. So before you even think about a group, really think of the person that drew you to this reading when you saw the title. Think about who it is that you need clarity from right now. Think about what that person means to you, what they represent in your mind, and why you may have thought of them in the first place, if you know why. When you have a clear person on your mind, I want you to focus on the idea of us getting clarity around how this person sees you. We have three groups to choose from to get your messages today, starting with group 1 over here with the White Fly Tarot deck. I will be linking their social media in the description box as well. This deck has beautiful, beautiful imagery at the back. I'm not going to show you the cards, But if you struggle to pick this group just based on the cards themselves, we also have an object here, which is a white shell. There's probably a more scientific name for this, but I do not know it. So I'm just going to show it to you in the camera. A very plain, beautiful white shell, which I found myself. I'm very proud of that. If you're drawn to the shell or the cards, you'll be a part of Group 1's reading. Next, we have Group 2 over here with the Tarot of Curious Creatures deck. The back of this deck has some pretty striking imagery, some beautiful striking colors, and the object associated with Group 2 is this Not Gonna Lie badge, which is still available in my store. I have a handful left, to be honest. There's not a lot, but if you do find this object to be intriguing or something that you'd like to add to your collection, feel free to head to my store. But we have the Not Gonna Lie badge with the Tarot of Curious Creatures for Group 2. Next we have Group 3. Group 3, your tarot deck is the Under the Sea Tarot by Jalissa's Messages. It is inspired by Ariel, the Little Mermaid Princess, and we also have this Only You sticker. I chose this sticker because I feel like it's giving Ariel vibes, just like the pinup traditional tattoo version, very Sailor Jerry's inspired. I love this deck, I love this object, but if you feel drawn to this deck or this object, you'll be a part of Group 3's reading. So they are very different groups aesthetically, energetically. Take your time selecting a group, please. Do not rush the process. If you do need more time, pause the video now, or you're welcome to join me in the meditation clip that will play after this. It's a 1-minute meditation designed to connect you to your intuition, to help you intuitively select a group today. When you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on the timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading.
So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading.
Hi Group 1 and welcome to your reading. If you chose the White Fly Tarot by Danilo Sannino, then this is going to be your reading. You may have also chosen this beautiful little shell as well. I'm going to put your shell up here so that it stays with us. And as you can see, we do have some pre-shuffled oracle cards already ready to go for your group. We're asking Spirit, how does the person on your mind see you? So it is very important that we start this reading as a group with a very clear person in your mind. I really want to give you a second to just focus on this person in your mind's eye, how you see them, who they are to you, how you're connected, so that we can continue on. There's quite a few little things to cover in today's reading. I'm actually going to start by having a look at the current energy of this person towards you. So Spirit, please tune me into Group 1's person's energy. What is their current energy towards Group 1? We have the Star. I had the Star in my mind actually, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Now I'm using some story dice, which was given to me from Julissa's messages. Julissa has a shop on Etsy called Julissa's Manifestations. If you are interested in divination tools and this seems like something that would be helpful for your practice, then definitely check out Julissa's store on Etsy, Julissa's Manifestations. It's not a plug. She's a dear friend and I love what she does. In the sense of she hasn't paid me to do that. She's just a dear friend and I really like what she's doing over there. So group 1, please, Spirit. What is their person's current energy towards them? This person is trying to cut cords with something that is interfering in this connection. We have destructive energy here. Let me zoom this camera in a little bit. We have some destructive energy. I see this person really idolizing you. At the very least, they want to be someone that you respect. They want to be someone that you also look up to. And they want to be someone who you feel proud of. This person has a shady past though. They've done some things that they aren't proud of. And there is frustration at the moment. It feels like there's a lack of planning. I'm getting the question, where are we going next? And it feels like a lot of this has to do with the fact that somebody hasn't put as much effort in to this situation as they once did. I feel like this person is usually... like something about the connection is inconsistent at the moment. Their energy towards you is that they are withholding the best version of themselves because I feel like they may be very focused on a public image as well and of being received well in general. This person is quite conscious of their image, and I do believe that they're also trying to keep the peace with you. I'm getting this strong energy of them trying to burn a bridge. And it feels like this has a lot to do with distancing themselves from some sort of shameful past, shameful actions. Like I'm seeing the energy here of someone sneaking around and potentially having to be very proactive in like how they took care of the situation. Like having to really quickly sort of get rid of things. Like I'm seeing this person deleting messages, deleting photos, like just being very strategic and making sure that there's no evidence of them messing things up is what it feels like. I can also see that this person is in damage control in general. That's how I would describe their energy towards you. They're in damage control in general, group 1. They're pretending that everything's okay, but look at all this destructive behavior here. And I also just feel like this person has something that they really need to own up to, but it might have been quite catastrophic and they're still processing it in their own way. So they are healing on quite a large scale. It feels like they've got a lot of people watching them while they go through all of this. So crazy, crazy, crazy. That is their current energy towards you. Let's move forward, group 1. And we're going to have a look at how this person sees you, which should hopefully reveal a little bit more about why they're acting like this. So, your cards here. The first card I want to reveal is from our Cosmos Celestial Bodies Oracle deck, which I got from Tarot Stack. You can use code Hermit -tarot for 10% off. I feel like I'm just plugging so much for you guys, but I'm going to mention it because if you are interested, you can get a discount, 10% off. So Sagittarius is your first card from this beautiful deck. I love this deck. We also have the number 6. And we have Waxing Crescent. From my next Oracle deck, this is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. We have Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. So something is transforming for them. We also have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And from Julissa's Musical Messages Oracle deck, I might be quoting the wrong name there actually, let me just check. The Playlist Oracle by Julissa Messages. We have the song Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. You can pause the video if you wish to read the lyrics. We also have Backstreet Boys, As Long As You Love Me. Again, pause the video if you wish to read the lyrics. Let me lay some tarot out real quick. Group 1, please, Spirit. How does this person see Group 1? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords reversed. How does this person see Group 1? We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we get one more card. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So, let me zoom out now that I've laid all your cards down. We also, at the back of your tarot deck, have the Nine of Swords. I don't know if you can see that. Nine of Swords. Okay. So, how does this person see you? First of all, they see you as a very charitable, giving person, someone who's very well-rounded. You're also someone who a lot of people keep up with or look up to. I feel like you have a good reputation. Mutual friends really like you. I'm getting the word likable. You are attractive in this person's eyes. If this is a romantic love interest, they're very drawn to you because they feel that the two of you are very compatible. You share similar interests, and you have enough differences to kind of fill in and make things interesting, if that makes sense. If this is not a love interest in general, this person just sees you as a very loving and giving person. They see you as someone that has a lot to offer, whether that is in friendship, romance, anything in between. You're somebody that has a lot to offer. Your personality is very giving, and I wouldn't say it in a nurturing way. It's almost like you're just a very kind person that a lot of people enjoy being around. Outside of that, this person feels like you have not yet reached your full potential. They see you as being on the cusp of some significant change, and someone who seems to be improving despite challenges, despite the fact that change may have been quite harrowing at times. Maybe you have publicly kind of let it be known that you've gone through some sort of difficult change, whether that's even as drastic as having to lose someone that you in your life that you care about, or having to go through some sort of breakup situation. I feel like this person sees you as someone that's quite changeable and transformative right now. I'm getting that you take bad situations and you turn it into a positive outcome. With the Sagittarius energy, that also makes you unpredictable. This person sees you as someone that is kind of like a wildfire that can't be tamed. You are somewhat of a free spirit in their eyes. You do what you want, and you gravitate towards the direction that you feel is going to be in your best interest. This person believes that you are someone who most people would like romantically, or at least get along with in a platonic way. And for that reason, they assume that you have a lot of people pursuing you. This is someone who sees you as a go-getter and someone who doesn't take action unless it has intention. So if you have not taken action towards this person, they see that as intentional. If when you have interacted with them, they also find it to be quite valuable and meaningful because they know that you put thought into it. This person also sees you as someone that gets distracted by material things sometimes. Maybe you kind of give the persona that you're a bit bougie, a bit high-end, more on the luxury side. I feel like they're only bringing this up because there is questions around how to tickle that part of your personality. This person may see you as someone who has their life made for them in a certain way, and so there are inconsistencies over how other people fit in at times. On top of that though, if you don't resonate as being a bougie person, this person sees you as someone that they kind of struggle to understand how you get to where you are. For those that don't know this person very well, they question how you have the money to do what you do, how you have the means to the outcome, because they see you as someone that has a lot, or you kind of give this image of somebody that's very successful, or someone that is sort of giving and giving and giving, and they kind of wonder how you do it. This person also sees you as somebody who, like, your future is very much unwritten. at this moment in life, very unpredictable. For those who have had this person in their life for some time, this person sees you as someone who has triumphed and is quite resilient. They see you as someone who has gotten better and aged like fine wine with time. They also see you as someone that doesn't get stuck in their heads. They recognize that despite you having situations that were quite harrowing, for lack of a better word, you have managed to liberate yourself and come out of it stronger and better. This person hasn't had a deep and meaningful conversation with you in quite some time. There are things that they really want to talk to you about. They want to pick your brains, is what I'm feeling. I feel like this person doesn't really know what your type is. They don't really know, like, you seem to be someone that just is evolving and changing, and there's this question mark over like who are your closest friends anymore, who is in your circle, what are you attracted to, who do you keep close to you. There is this feeling of it's very hard to get close to you, group one. This person sees you as someone who you have like healthy boundaries, but I also feel that you're a little bit elusive at times. There's almost this mystery about you, and they don't fully understand how and why you do the things that you do in general. The very Sagittarius energy of just sort of letting you do it and not really understanding why or how it's going to work out. With this Backstreet Boys card, I'm getting this strong feeling of this person wanting to be closer to you, wanting more companionship. They really look up to you. They really see you as someone that's quite amazing. And I'm seeing the line, I can't get you out of my head. That word mystery is there as well. So there is this strong feeling of trying to get closer to you. And I feel like this person is also wanting to get in your head with these two Gemini-based cards. It's like, that's the enigma. And I just realized we have a lot of Mercury and Virgo on this Ten of Pentacles as well. The enigma is, what do you see yourself doing in the future? How do you see this all working out? Where do you see this all leading to? What are you looking for when it comes to long-term sort of stability and success? How does someone fit into that picture with you? This person assumes that you have at least two viable suitors. To be fair, I think these people plus the 6 are representative of a lot of people being interested in you if you're single. Even if you're in a relationship, I feel like this person is looking at your partner as not being quite suitable for you, whether they are a romantic interest or just a platonic friend. A lot of people look at your love interests and go, nah, that person doesn't quite fit in group one's energy. A lot of people assume that you go for someone who would be almost like a, what's his name, Jason Momoa type, or, you know, like almost like an exotic sort of foreigner energy, or it's not foreign if you are Hawaiian, but this energy of someone who like has such, it's unachievable expectations, like in terms of the physicality, that it's like you have a specific type that is hard to be, and then you kind of end up being with people who, in this person's opinions, are very beneath what they envisioned you being with, if that makes sense. It feels hard to explain because I personally don't resonate with that at all, but this person assumes that your type is unachievable, and so it shocks them when you're with the average person, if that makes sense. They also consider you to be very clever, very cunning, and you have a good sense of humor. So even if you haven't had many interactions, they have noticed this spark within you. Your brain is quite active, and you have like a quirky way of putting thoughts together that they find to be very entertaining, whether they're watching you online for some of you, or seeing you from a distance in person, because this person has the ability to watch you quite a lot. They're very drawn to the way that you move. I hope that doesn't sound weird, but I'm almost getting them watching your hands move, like the way that you talk, the way that you grab things, like just little things about your energy. It really draws this person in. Is there anything else they need to know from these cards about how this person sees them? Spontaneous, I'm hearing reckless, they love it. Very go-getter, yes, we did address that. You seem to have a plan that you're not telling anybody else about as well. They look at you, and because of the mystery, they feel like you're 3 steps ahead of everybody else. So let us get some channeled messages. Spirit, what does this person want my group ones to know? What do they want to say to my group ones? This is the Persephone Oracle by Luli Tarot. Just couldn't say her name. I was saying Personifi. Oh my gosh, Persephone. Spirit, what does Group 1's person want to say to them? What does Group 1's person want to say to them? I want no one but you. What does Group 1's person? I'm not taking reversals in this deck either. I'm watching you always. What did I say? I'm open to the possibility that you might love me back. Oh gosh, I've been wanting this deck for a while, Luli Cat. I'm so grateful. If you like this deck, Luli Cat has a tarot channel. She also has a Instagram, and you can get a copy of your deck by following the links on her Instagram or in her YouTube channel. What does this person want to say to Group 1? Someone has to apologize. My desire for you is endless. I see something in you that I can't explain, that mystery. At the back of the deck we have I wish things were different. And from my Jalissa's messages, respectfully, the Truth Oracle deck. I'm going to shuffle these in bunches, okay? Because it's a big deck. My hands will cramp. All right, Spirit, what does this person want to say to Group 1? Oh, I aesthetically love both of these decks. What does this person want to say to Group 1? What does this person want to say to Group 1? I'm depressed right now. I feel like we need a trigger warning for that. My heart belongs to someone else. Clarify. I want to give you the world. Give me more explanation than that. Clarify. I know you won't leave, so I act up. Okay, there is a third party involved. I'm going to have to pick those cards up off the ground in my own time. I'm done acting like I don't care. And from this deck, Spirit, what does this person want to say to my Group 1s? Give me a few days, please. If this was one of the first times you're seeing me, I usually get pissed off with the channel messages. I'm going to just let you know right now. Oh, remember those early days, my Hermies? Remember those early days when I would be doing my channel messages readings, and then I would just stop the reading halfway and be like, wait a minute. Just get so heated. I'm starting to feel it again. I'm starting to feel it again. Group 1, what does this person want to say to them? I'm so embarrassed by my behavior. You should be. You should be. Whew. Breathe, Lorraine. All right, 2 more cards. What does this person want to say to my Groupus Onepuses? I'm making someone else my priority. You consume my mind. Who is this third party? Your love has me looking crazy. You are my sunshine baby. So the thing about this person is they are infatuated with your energy, and they are obsessed with the idea that you have a lot of people around you. They're obsessed with the idea that they aren't the only one pursuing you. So if they have a third party on their end, they have disclosed this to you. You've seen them with this person. They've spoken to you about this person, because this is the kind of energy that tries to be very upfront on their end so that they can gauge your reaction. They're constantly, especially in the early days, trying to figure you out and make sure that they are incredibly aware of who you are as a person. So they lay all their cards on the table and they watch it how you react to certain things in their life that make them who they are. Now, but what I'm getting for most of you Group 1s is that this person is obsessed with the idea that you are entertaining somebody else, that you have somebody else in your energy, and that you have overlooked this person for that other energy. They also feel like they have to put in quite a valiant effort, or really clear the air with you and be very straightforward and direct in order to be on the same page with you right now. Their energy is feeling like they have to do something drastic. Remember all that destructive energy that we saw at the start of your reading? They're trying to kind of remove obstacles in their own path so that they can make their path towards you more direct. If this is a friend, they are constantly thinking about you and keeping tabs on you, to the point where they are very invested in this friendship. They are very much trying to be a supportful person, and they are really wanting to make sure that you know that they are here for you and that they want to be a part of your future in this friendship. If this is a romantic love interest that you don't know well, this person is still getting to know you. They are trying to get into your head. They are, for that reason, really trying to sort of lay all the things out on the table with you on their end. And they're trying to fully assess who else is in the picture, because this person spends a lot of time observing you in public spaces and just getting to know your character from a distance. If you've known this person for a little while and they are still a romantic love interest, they are very much hesitant in moving things forward until something else is removed from this connection. For those who have been around the bend with this person for quite some time, there is some sort of third-party interference that has stopped the romantic side of this connection from progressing, and they won't be able to give you the whole part of them that they want to until you remove this third-party interference. So there is this feeling of acceptance for those who have known this person for a while and are seeing them as a romantic love interest. Acceptance of the fact that you are who you are, and there's certain things that you don't want to change, because this person does see you as a free spirit and someone who is going through their own transformation right now. But on their end, they're also having to be somewhat similar. They're having to mirror that energy to their best ability. They're having to let go of control on this connection of your behavior. And they're having to accept the fact that you may have feelings for them, but you may also be choosing to invest your energy in something else right now. So their channeled messages are a mixture of them being very appreciative of your energy in general, being very grateful to have you as this guiding light, as this star that we saw at the start of your reading, but they're also having to accept that there is an element of this connection that is out of their control. For those of you who are still getting to know this person, i.e. they're a very new love interest, this person is taking it one step at a time, and every interaction with them is meaningful and intentional. They don't overlook any second. They're being very careful about what they say, what they do around you, and they're trying to really show you the best version of themselves right now. They are also overcoming something recently. This person gives me the energy of someone who has had to kind of go through quite an upheaval or a change. Maybe they recently moved, or they're new to town, something like that. They've had a huge change in their social group or their lifestyle, because it feels like they are still sort of recalibrating and finding themselves in this 2023 new era. This is a timeless reading, so take it as it resonates, but that will especially resonate for those who are watching this when I'm posting it. So that's what I'm seeing with your channeled messages. Let's get you some advice now. What deck are we using? Oh, really? Yeah, we could do that. Oh, excuse me. I was not expecting to yawn. What is the advice for my group ones in this situation? We have the warrior. Warrior. We also, ay Dios mío, we have the kiss. Stop it. We have the vow and the nectar with Alethea. I might be saying that wrong. Ah, my beautiful Greek viewers, you're going to be so frustrated with me. I always pronounce it wrong. Alethea? Anyway, it's a beautiful word. I had to like Google translate it, and I was just like, oh, that is the most beautiful word I've ever heard. And now every time I draw that card, I say it wrong. Some things just don't stick in this brain. What else can you tell them? You are loved, obviously. Say to someone, this card says, that you are loved. Interesting. Remember that you light up any room you walk into. Say to someone, you will achieve great things. Say to someone, you make me smile. So the thing about this connection is honor your feelings first and foremost. If you have romantic feelings for this person, share them. Please share them. Don't hold them back. Don't wait for divine intervention. This person being a part of your world was divine intervention. Them showing up was divine intervention. You control the rest of the narrative in that respect. If you don't have romantic interest in this person, you also need to acknowledge that and just say, let them down easy a little bit. Say, you know, maybe we're not meant for each other, but you will find that with someone else. For those who resonate as this being a romantic love interest, I do see connection, I see closeness, and I see the opportunity to be more intimate in a lot of different ways. I think communication will really change things, but there's also this physical proximity of you two just being magnets that attract. And I really feel like this is someone who has a lot more to offer you. This is a connection that has a lot more to offer you. There is a lot more potential here. And I feel like this could be the kind of person that really becomes very, very close to your heart space. There's a lot of love potential here. Even if this is a friendship, this is a real one, sweet soul. This feels like a loyal, ride or die type of person. And I really feel like your advice is to act with confidence, to really stand sure in who you are and what you deserve as you move forward in this situation, honoring your feelings first and foremost. So outside of that, I do feel like you need to channel all of that energy that this person sees in you and really seize the day, carpe diem, seize the moment, carpe whatever the heck moment is in Latin. I feel like with the warrior card here, there's this assertive energy within you that is destined to kind of not spearhead this situation, but certainly be more assertive with your actions in this and just being more obvious in how you feel and where you stand and what you want from this person. Very loyal person, so be straight up front, be direct, be honest, and honor how you feel and show that. And they will take that and run with it and react with it. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group ones. Let's have a look at what we are covering in the extended reading. Where's my deck? Are we using this deck again? Okay. What are we covering in the extended readings for my group ones, please, Spirit? Oh, really? Okay, Spirit's saying we got to talk about the future of this connection. We have the Two of Swords reversed, the Five of Chalices reversed. That makes a lot of sense. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Let me get my little voice recorder out. Oh my gosh, it makes me anxious seeing all my notifications. All right. Group one, in your extended reading, we're going to be having a look at what is the future of this connection. Spirit specifically wants to focus on what is in the immediate future of this connection because you have a major turning point coming. There seems to be a decision that is likely going to need to be made. We're also going to have a look at what should your next actions be and what are the next actions of this person based on their current energy. We're going to have a look at how they feel about you because that wasn't fully addressed here. This person definitely has some strong feelings for you, so we'll clarify that in the extended. And then we're going to have a look at what is in your best interest when it comes to this connection. We also need to address with this Knight of Pentacles where this connection is going in terms of what is the best possible outcome. Because I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, you aren't wanting to start something if it's just going to fizzle out into regret. So we're going to have a look at, okay, so if you do put the best version of yourself into this, where is it going to lead? With the Ten of Swords, we need to make sure that we avoid that. Group one, my camera cut me off, but as I was saying, we need to make sure that we avoid that disappointment, and we also need to address that third party message again. We need to have a look at what that third party really is, how it is causing interference, and how to best move forward navigating that. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in looking into with me in your extended reading, the link is in the description box. It is on my website, on the extended readings page, all ready to go at the time that you're seeing this. So all you have to do is follow the link and it'll be there. If you're an Amethyst Hermie member on my website, you'll have access to all of the extended readings in today's video, as well as the extendeds that I've been putting up for, I'm pretty sure, the last year on my website. So thank you so much to my Amethyst Hermie members for supporting this channel and for supporting me as a reader. I really, really appreciate you. And you, my group ones, I want to thank you for your time, your energy, your effort, and just the fact that you chose to be here to support me in today's reading. It's been a pleasure reading for you. I sincerely hope these messages were helpful and did resonate. I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye! Hi my group 2s and welcome to your reading. If you chose this Not Gonna Lie badge, which is still available on my store, I've got a handful of them left, or maybe you chose this Tarot of Curious Creatures tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome my group 2s. I'm gonna pop your badge up here, your little pin badge, and let's get into it, shall we? We're asking Spirit, how does your person see you? I'm going to be addressing a few points in this reading, but please, it's really important if before we get into it, you focus on the person that drew you to this reading. Keep that person in your mind's eye. Think about how you know them. If you can, if you had additional questions, and maybe one of those questions was, why am I thinking about them when I clicked on this video? Also keep those questions floating in the front of your mind. My aim is to get as much clarity for you as possible, and if we work together, hopefully we can get that outcome. So Spirit, tune me into Group 2's energy. Tune me into Group 2's energy and the person on their mind. What is this person's current energy towards my Group 2s? Just going to start by shaking some dice and having a look at what this person's energy is towards you currently for my Group 2s. Interesting. Let me zoom you in a little bit. I've got some pre-shuffled oracle cards there as well, but we're not going to get into that just yet. Okay, I don't want to put these together, so I feel like there is a separation for a lot of you, or there is some sort of distance between you at the moment. I have a feeling that this person is trying to distract themselves from you. They have a facade of looking very put together, very happy, very content, but there is this feeling of redirection in general in this group. Something is not as it seems as well. The perspective is different. I think the two of you are on different pages, so maybe that separation could be a separation of feelings or a separation of ideas. For others of you, it is a physical separation. There could have been a conflict recently. This doesn't necessarily look like a fight, though. It looks more like somebody is not thinking the way the other person is. This story dice actually looks a lot more like someone's trying to take a closer look at the other person. So I'm getting a little bit of low-key stalking going on. Group 2, I feel like it's coming from your energy. I feel like you're checking up on this person a lot, either with your own intuitive abilities or through social media or through mutual acquaintances. I can see that this person presents a good image in public, in the public eye. They may come across as somebody that's very well put together, that hasn't got a lot of issues. Maybe they're very attractive as well. Their energy towards you is very blasé, though. They seem to be focused on something else. For some of you, this person is a gym goer. They're very focused on their fitness. I just heard the Iggy Azalea line. Is it Iggy Azalea? Oh my days, it's Fergie. How dare me? How dare me? I'll be up in the gym just working on my fitness. He's my witness. Interesting. This person is trying to improve themselves right now for sure. Definitely trying to create something for themselves. I do feel like they're actually more stuck than they let on. They are still thinking of you too. So their energy towards you is, there is this energy of them still thinking about you too, but they are distracting themselves. For some of you, this separation was intentional, i.e. a breakup, or you both mutually agreed to move forward and explore other options. And this person is just trying to focus on themselves until they know what they're moving forward towards. But I get this strong feeling of them trying to do better for themselves. Big sixth house energy, but it's like before they can even think about helping anybody else, I got to help myself. I got to take care of myself. I've got to put my own energy first, and I've got to do what makes me feel good about myself as well. So that's their current energy towards you. Let's have a look at what your oracle cards have to say. All right. Your first oracle card is the Moon. We also have the 10th house. We have Scorpio. Then we also have Mountains, stand your ground. And we have the Moon again, take note of intuitive messages. That is not a coincidence. Oh my God, I'm annoying myself. All right, we have Tyrese, how you gonna act like that? Now, I'm gonna zoom in real quick so you can have a look at these lyrics. If you want to read them, pause the video now. We also have Toxic by Britney Spears. Again, pause the video if you wish to read the lyrics. Let's shuffle some messages out of my tarot deck as well for my group 2s. How does this person currently see group 2? How does this person currently see group 2? I'm getting a development here. For a lot of you, this person has, their point of view of you has shifted over time. We have the Knight of Wands coming out for you first. How does this person currently see group 2? We have the Sun. Lots of fire energy here. We have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. What else can you tell us? We have the Seven of Pentacles. I think I'm only going to take 4 cards. I will clarify if I need to. At the back of the deck, at this stage, we have the Five of Swords, if you can see that. Probably not. There we go. So let me zoom out again so we can have a look at everything all laid out pretty. I do need a little bit of water before we get into it. My group 2s. Yeah, there is this weird feeling about the moon affecting this person's energy. At the time that I'm filming this, it's a full moon in Leo. It's a timeless reading, but if you are watching this at the time that I put it up, I do think that this full moon in Leo has impacted this person's perception of you. I think that it has actually made them more focused on their own happiness. The two of you could have had quite a challenging past in which it felt like you were hyper fixated on each other. And I think this person is really genuinely trying to focus more on what makes them happy, on being a better person, and not being petty for some of you. This person could have been prone to kind of reductive behavior or aggressive behavior, the kind of behavior that you do when you're a child, you know, and you grow up and you're like, wow, that was really immature. I feel like pettiness could have been a part of this situation's past, but how they see you now is that you are someone who is very intuitive. There's this feeling of you were right. So this person almost feels like there was something that you were right about or something that you knew that others didn't. I want to throw out some key zodiac signs before I get carried away. So I'm seeing Cancer, I'm seeing Scorpio, I'm seeing Capricorn, I'm seeing some Sagittarius, strong Leo, a little bit of, I want to say Taurus, and some, I want to say, with 8th house, I'm getting Mercury, so more like Gemini, but I also see the 8th house as Aquarius vibes. The 8th house, excuse me, the 8 of Swords as Aquarius vibes, but technically with the 5 of Swords here too, we got a little bit of Libra. So the strongest signs are Cancer and Leo. Could be a Cancer-Leo cusp. We also have strong Scorpio, strong Capricorn, and then a little bit of Sagittarius, a little bit of air signs as well. So what I'm really feeling with this person is they do see this connection as something that has had its pitfalls. You've both kind of brought out the best and the worst of each other for whatever reason. This person sees you as someone that has highlighted their toxic or destructive behavior. They are still unnaturally attached to you, only because for some of you, you would consider this person to be a stranger, as in you don't really have a close relationship with them anymore or ever. Whereas for others of you, I feel like there is a lot of water under the bridge and you're curious to see how things move forward. Now, I do think that for this group, your person sees you as someone that's very feminine. You're definitely in recovery mode as far as they think. You're someone who is trying to do what is best for them. You're someone who's very bright. You're someone who's very charismatic, very attractive, very alluring. They also feel like that's a misunderstanding though, because they've seen a deeper side to you. It feels like in a public setting, you have this ability to project a really carefree, outgoing, spontaneous, fun, flirty almost person. But I think behind the scenes, this person is aware of the fact that you are someone who has a lot going on. For some reason, they also see you as someone that negates responsibility, like you avoid it, you avoid taking on too much, or they see you in a setting in which maybe you try to avoid the feeling of being overly controlled and overly responsible for other things. It could be that your family at times has had to intervene in your life and this person has seen you in a position where it's like, wow, okay, so that's what this person's got going on behind the scenes. Like their family's really intense or their work is really intense. So they like to let their hair down whenever they can. But I also feel like this person for a long time assumed that you were very carefree and just in the moment and fun. If this is a newer person, they assume that you are in that energy now. They assume that you are someone who's just here for the moment. You're very present. You don't think too far ahead. You're not too worried about the repercussions of your actions. And they also assume that you don't have a completely tortured past. They believe that you just kind of go with how you feel and you trust your feelings. This person does see you as being stubborn though, my group twos. They see you as someone that has really put your foot down in your interactions with them. And maybe they've actually seen you with someone else putting your foot down. On top of that though, despite this energy of like you being stubborn, I feel like they also think that you have put them in an unfair situation. Like I almost see that there's this wanting to kind of pass the buck energy here. I don't know if that's a saying that a lot of people are familiar with. I'm sure I've used it before in my readings, but it's basically like, I'm not going to take charge. I'm not going to take responsibility. I'm going to pass that on to somebody else. Especially with this Eight of Swords and Seven of Pentacles reversed, this person sees you as someone who gets a little bit kind of stuck in your own head. You don't take as much control as you could. They almost see, for me, this Eight of Swords is like a victim mentality of someone who feels like they're stuck when they're actually not. So I believe that this person may at times empathize with you, and then at other times they get frustrated with that because they're kind of like, why can't you just get out of your head and do it? And then at other times they're like, wow, that seems really debilitating. I can't imagine what you're going through, what you're thinking. With the Seven of Pentacles reversed, I do feel like this person sees you as someone that's quite impatient and impulsive, especially because we have the Knight of Wands at the other end. There is this strong, fiery, creative force that this person sees within you, and they think that once you have a strong desire or passion, urge to do something, you do it. You don't necessarily plan it out. You don't think about long-term sort of structure. You just kind of do it. I feel like this person has a very, I want to say primitive understanding of who you are, group two. They don't seem to know you very well. They seem to just be judging you based on what they've seen. So even if this person has been in your life for a while, I feel like they haven't actually seen the depths of who you are and what you have to offer. I do want to get some channeled messages from them, but I just want to see if there's anything else Spirit could tell us about how this person sees you. How does this person see group two? Chariot reversed. Why are they so frustrated? Did you choose somebody else instead of this person? This person is so angry. They're like, why didn't you just do it like we practiced? What the hell? This strikes me as the kind of person that plays out scenarios in their head of how they think things are going to go. And I feel like they were very wishful with their thoughts about you and this connection slash situation. This person is so annoyed with the fact that you didn't do what they thought you were going to do in their head. I feel like they see you as someone who is very flighty. Like you just kind of go in whichever direction you desire, and that is usually not what they want you to do. This person at times can see that you are selfish in the sense of you're very self-focused, but that makes you unpredictable because they think that your desires change. Like this person doesn't know you enough to know why you do the things you do. It's possible that you know them in a situation in which you're just coming and going and your energy is never constant, because it's very hard for them to get a pulse on you and to get a reading of like who you are. I feel like this person has tried to investigate you and they haven't gotten much back. So even if you have a history, you have been very hot and cold lately. And I think that this person sees you as someone that's clearly investing in something else. So they are wondering where your priorities lie and what direction you're focused on right now. They're also curious about what transformations you've had going on behind the scenes, mostly what else they can't see, because you are very mysterious and elusive to this person. So what else is going on in other areas of your life? This person sees you as someone they only get to see a fraction of what is going on for you, of what you're contributing to, and of whatever else is happening in your life. So very bizarre energy. It's like, why do they have the audacity to be so, like, literally, they're just like, it's almost the vibe of like, oh, you know, when you become obsessed, maybe not everybody experiences this, but I get little micro obsessions personally. And when I've been like hyper fixated on a TV show for a while, I like want to know where the cast are now, like what they're doing, where they're at, what other stuff they've been in. If I have a favorite cast member, I check out their social media, all of that jazz. That's what this person's been doing, and they're just frustrated that they're not getting enough information back. So Spirit, what does this person want to say to my group twos? What does this person want to say to my group twos? I'm not going to take reversals in this deck. Am I self-sabotaging this? I don't know, sweets. You tell us. All I need is a moment with you. Wow. What else does this person want to say? Someone has to apologize. I tried to let you go, but you came back to me. I feel like you're just doing your own thing, and this person's seeing everything as a sign. They're what you want, I'm what you need. Let's destroy it all together. I want better for myself. I'll risk it all to feel something again. And at the back we have, can you set me free? Wow. I just need some more messages from this beautiful deck as well. So that deck that I was using is called the Persephone Oracle by Luli Cat. Luli Cat has an Instagram and a YouTube channel. You can find her links. If you like this deck, you can get it there. The deck that I'm going to be shuffling now is from Jalissa's Messages. Ay Dio mio, I did not shuffle that well at all. It's called Respectfully the Truth Messages by Jalissa. Spirit, what does this person want to say to my group twos? I'm jealous when you get a lot of attention. I get jealous, excuse me, when you get a lot of attention. Oh my gosh, some people are just on the other side of the fence, isn't it? I know what I want, and that's you. What else? I don't want to hurt your feelings. And I can't picture my life without you. I miss you so much. What else does this person want to say to my group? Ah! Twos. What else does this person want to say to my group? Twos, please, Spirit. Love never gets lost. Time doesn't define us. Oh, my phone was not on silent this whole time. How dare I? What else does this person want to say to my group? Twos. We got some cards on the ground. Excuse me. What else does this person want to say to my group? Twos. We have, I am soul searching right now. I am no longer entertaining options. One more card from this deck. She or he was just a good time. I don't care about them. The back of the deck we have, you're the best person in my life. I'm hearing, oh my gosh, my phone is just being blown up right now. Let's put that on mute. I'm hearing that song, Too Little Too Late. Da, 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 da. Anyway, that's all I remember. I was a child when it came out, but I feel group two, like this person and you could have your energies swapped. So take whichever side resonates. One of you is very focused on themselves, very much focused on just moving forward, not looking back, still has an energetic tie, but is doing their best to helpfully distract by focusing more on themselves. The other person is still heavily obsessed in this situation, is very regretful, remorseful, feels guilty, is definitely trying to eliminate other options and just prove their loyalty, but it feels too little too late. It feels like the energy in this connection has shifted into that of two defined paths instead of one, two clearly moving in different directions. And I feel like this situation is very hard for the person who is still unhealthily attached, only because the other one only wishes that unhealthily attached person well. The one who is moving forward is genuinely doing so because they believe it is in their best interest. They're trying to just leave the other person to their own devices and focus more on the fact that the energy in their life is pulling them in a different direction. However, the person who is still very attached to this connection and obsessed with the other person is finding any little reason to hold on. They're very fixated on any little thing that draws them back to this connection. Oh, they wore a green shirt last time I saw them. Why am I seeing green everywhere? Oh, I just saw 222 again. Why does that happen every time I'm thinking of them? Oh, I just think about them every time I wake up and go to bed and I feel like I can still smell them. There is this strong feeling of you two being on completely different pages. And it's very important that you clearly identify which side you're on, because we're going to get advice next on how you can move forward depending on who you resonate as being. So the person who is trying to move forward is literally trying to do so because they feel like it is in their best interest to continue to move forward. And they're asking for the person who is still feeding energy into this connection to set them free, to please let me continue finding myself and set me free. I feel like the other person is still really trying to keep this connection going by feeding a lot of energy into it. And I think that the energy needs to shift more into, well, what is best for me on both sides? But we will see what Spirit has to say. The channeled messages are a mixture. This person, if they are the one who is moving forward and focusing more on themselves, they are literally just trying to do so in the best terms as possible. They're recognizing that the past is flawed, that mistakes were made, but they're also trying not to be defined by the fact that can't control the outcome when there's two different energies feeding into it, and they feel like they need to just let go of whatever could have, would have, should have, and focus more on what is happening for them. The other person who is still feeding a lot of energy into this, I feel like if that is your person, then they're very much trying to make X and Y make sense. They're trying to solve the X in this equation. They're trying to figure out, well, what is this, and why did that happen, and why do I still feel like this, and what is this, and blah, blah, blah. So many questions that they're creating energy where energy isn't flowing anymore. And so there's just this cycling. Like, I'm literally seeing a physical separation of one person just in their own area, and this other person just going crazy and feeding energy into the situation still. So it's really important that you figure out which one you are, because we are going to get advice now. Spirit, what is the advice for my group 2s in general? What is the advice for my group 2s? Because I feel like the person who is obsessed with this connection is not allowing themselves the opportunity to look at what else could be out there. They're not allowing themselves the opportunity to look at what is really calling their name. They're just focusing on what they want and what they think should happen and what they think the universe is telling them, rather than what is actually happening for them. And the separation was very intentional, because it was becoming very one-sided. And it is still very one-sided, because one person has not surrendered and let go. All right. It feels like divine intervention at its finest, trying to protect us. We have the animal coming out. This is the number 19, which is also the sun card in traditional tarot. So more Leo energy. We have the nectar, which is the number 58. We also have the eternal child, the number 4. And we have the shadow, the number 28. And the box at the back of the deck is the number 44. Let me get some little affirmations. Spirit, what is the most helpful advice for my group 2s in this situation? We have, say to someone, my life is better with you in it. We also have, remember that you will do amazing things. And we also have, say to someone, you will be successful. One more card. You have great ideas. Say to someone, you have great ideas. Say to someone, you make me smile, and holy heck, you're so awesome. So I feel like group 2, your advice is to really let the past be in the past. There is a strong feeling here of allowing yourself the perspective to see where your shadow is. And the reason why in this situation I'm using the word shadow is I'm getting the image of someone standing facing the light and looking back to see the shadow that is cast, instead of actually focusing on where the light is coming from. You're still looking back at your shadow and looking back on what has been and what is no longer. And there is a strong feeling of let the past be in the past. Focus on the present and what is to come. You have great ideas. You will do amazing things. You can be successful, and your life is better with you in it. I think there is an energy in this group of needing to remain present. No matter who you identify with, stay present. And trust that what has been is how it was meant to be. There is nothing we can do to change it. Even if we had a time machine, that would completely change the trajectory of where we currently are. You're exactly where you were supposed to be. And I feel like if you are the person who is still unhealthily attached, you need to give yourself some time to examine why you personally could still be clinging to this situation. If you're not the person who is unhealthily attached, then you need to continue doing what you're doing, sweets, because you are on the right track, and it is one step at a time. And for some of you, it's just your neuroprogramming. Your brain is conditioned to want dopamine hits from pathways that it has previously explored, which could have been this person. You could find that your history with them and how they made you feel is neurologically drawing you to want to think of them again, because you're getting dopamine hits over those memories. But it is also about you exploring new ways of feeling good about yourself and of being present in your current opportunities. There can be more amazing things in your future, and your life is so much better with you in it, being present as you are. There is this message of you distracting yourself with hobbies, and I think that this is actually a helpful thing. I think that a hobby could be as simple as revisiting places that make you feel good. I'm getting images of like a park, a playground, and a beach, something with sand in it. And I think that it's just more about surrounding yourself with that familiarity, that safety of those places, as well as the genuine joy that they may bring. Outside of places, I'm also seeing creativity as a healthy opportunity to express and to just purge energy. I do think that there will be a quick like one night project of you sketching or painting or cutting something up and gluing it back together, and then you may discover that you actually want to invest your time in a different way or invest your energy in a different way. There needs to be an expression though of energy and feelings. And I think that's why we have the animal and the nectar here as well. You're a very passionate human being, my group twos. And I think this person realized that about you as well. I think that for you moving forward, it's very important that you recognize that you have a lot to offer, and that what you do give should be received. If it's not being received, it's not worth you giving. I think that for most of you, the fork in this road was intentional, and you need to stay in your lane and see where it takes you. The animal on this card is encouraging you to trust your instincts and to really see this situation for what it is. This animal card is all about seeing clearly, looking at a situation realistically, assessing the situation for what it is. Sorry, group two, my camera cut me off. But as I was saying, this animal card is all about looking at a situation realistically, really just reading it for what it is, not looking too far between the lines, not getting confused by what you think is happening, no vagueness or possibilities of this or that. Just focus on the black and white and trust your instincts. Think logically. This situation is the classic case of it is what it is. On top of that, what I was also saying before the camera decided to stop recording was that you are someone who really creates. And I think that for some of you, you've taken a black and white situation and you've painted it into this colorful image, and it really is just a black and white situation. Your colorful abilities are wasted on someone who is not able to reciprocate. So it's very important that you recognize that you deserve someone who is going to go with what you're contributing and add to it. This situation is highly unfruitful for you if you continue to feed energy into it. It will deplete you of your creativity, of your spark, of your passion, and of the energy that you're feeding. So I really think that it is in your best interest to identify the fact that you have a lot to offer and it is wasted in this situation. It would do better elsewhere. I think all your affirmations are really adding to that too, because the cards that we pulled were very much about raising your mood and just helping you see yourself as someone who has better days ahead. Spirit is really saying you will do amazing things. You do have great ideas. You will be successful. Your life is better with you in it. And so I really feel like a lot of these cards are trying to kind of get you motivated to move forward and try to get you motivated to see things for what they are and to focus on moving forward. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Let us shuffle some cards and have a look at what we're covering in your extended reading. Group 2, please, Spirit. What are we covering in Group 2's extended reading? What are we covering in Group 2's extended reading, please? Okay, we have the Ten of Cups reversed. What are we covering in Group 2's extended reading, please? We also have the Lover's card reversed. And we have the Fool card reversed. We also have the Seven of Swords. Oh my days. There's a lot of signs of unrequited love here. So group 2, in your extended reading, we need to cover unrequited love. How does this keep happening to you? Why do you keep feeding energy into connections that do not work out the way that they deserve to? And how can you find the right person? Because I'm seeing that there are a lot of people who kind of come into your life and you get attached to them before they show you that they're really here for you and that they can offer you what you deserve. For some of you, they've literally given you false promises and you're still clinging on to that as well. But we definitely need to have a look at how you can identify these signs a little bit better. With the Seven of Swords reversed at the back of the deck, we need to talk about you being able to see people clearly. So I think Spirit wants to address somebody's behavior in your love life who has been taking advantage of you and how you can better move forward. Spirit is also saying you need to walk away from a situation and call it out for what it is. So we're going to address that. With the Ten of Chalices reversed, we need to have a look at your happy ending. As I mentioned at the start of this this voice note, we need to talk about what your happy ending is going to be and how you can get it, because you're accidentally signing people up for the role and they're not at all qualified. So with the Lovers card here, I'm going to have a look at some of the choices you've made in love, what your real options are, and how you may have accidentally gotten stuck on options that are just going to waste your time. With the Fool card reversed, we also need to have a look at your baggage. There's something you need to cut free here. There's also maybe an idea that you need to change in order to start seeing other options in love. Some of you are immediately cutting off potential matches or potential outcomes because you're so focused on something that isn't going to work out. If you're single, the goal here is to find out how to get someone that you deserve. And if you're in a relationship that isn't working, the goal here is how to get to where you deserve, because I really feel like a lot of you are carrying dead weight right now. So if that sounds like it could be a helpful reading for you and you would like to join me in your extended reading, the link is in the description box. It will be on my website. All extended readings from today's reading will be on my website. If you're an Amethyst Hermie member, thank you so much for your support. You will have access to all of the readings in today's video, as well as the extended readings going all the way back to February last year. So a massive thank you to my Amethyst Hermies. You keep this channel alive, and you also offer a lot of support to the free YouTube readings. So thank you so much. Group 2, I want to thank you as well in general. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time, your energy. I sincerely hope that this reading was helpful in gaining perspective and just clarity on where this person is at and what is currently going on in your connection with them. It's a very interesting reading, and I think there's some very specific messages have come out. So if anything does not resonate, don't force it to fit. But I ultimately hope that I was able to peel back some layers of confusion and really illuminate the truth for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi Group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this Only You sticker or the Under the Sea Tarot by Jalissa's Messages, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. I'm going to put your little sticker up here so it's with us but not in the way. And we are also going to move your tarot deck as well for now. As you can see, I have pre-shuffled some oracle cards, so they're going to stay there. But before we get any of the cards out, we're actually going to just check in with the current energy of your person. This is a how do they see you, pick a group reading. And in order to fully delve into this person's perspective of you, I'm going to use these beautiful story dice that were sent to me by Jalissa's Messages as well. And we're going to have a look at what this person's current energy is towards you, just to kind of gauge at where they stand with you. So for group 3, please Spirit. Group 3, tune me into group 3's energy. Where do they stand with their person? How does their person feel towards them? Where is their energy? Now group 3, just to help me tune in, I would like it if you could focus on the person who drew you to this reading. Keep them in your mind's eye. Keep a focus on how you see them, on who they are to you, on how you know them. If you know their name, that would be a helpful way of pulling their energy into the reading. Otherwise, just keep their vision in your mind's eye. How does group three's person see them, Spirit? What is their current energy towards group three? Okay. Working out. They could go to the gym, or they could be very conscious of their body. Body. Okay. New York comes to mind every time I sing that song. I don't know why. Megan Thee Stallion is from Houston, Texas, but the way I sing it, it just sounds like a really bad, really bad accent from the New York area. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Can you guys see? Maybe I should zoom in a little bit more. So, your story dice are telling me that this person is really working on themselves right now. This kicking the ball energy feels like they're being very proactive, very productive. They're kicking goals is what it feels like. I can see that here too. It's like they're in a baseball stadium. This person is feeling very confident. They're looking good. They're very well known for something as well. Like people, they may have a following or they garner a lot of attention in a public forum. They're a bit confused though because they don't really know what they want right now. Their energy towards you, they could be trying to impress you. Some of you, based on how I'm feeling, may not know this person very well. They just kind of feel like they're trying to impress you. There's this energy here of like this or that. So if it's early days, this person is still not convinced that the two of you are perfectly matched. Because I see this person just being very confused in general. So they're still just doing what they usually do, trying to, like, it gives me bachelor vibes. I'm not going to lie, bachelorette vibes for some of you, non-binary vibes. It literally just feels like someone who is focused on their routine, their regime, their little, rituals. Because when you're single, you do end up developing rituals because you're just so used to having so much time to yourself. You're like, well, I'm going to do this to help burn 2 hours away, I guess. I do feel like this person is just in their own world right now. I've got to be honest with you. They're very focused on themselves. They're not trying to stress. They're a little confused when it comes to you, but very focused on themselves. So let's put your story dice away and we'll get some of your oracle cards out, which will tell us how this person sees you, my group threes. Under the sea. Under the sea. Okay, your first oracle card is the last quarter moon. We also have the 8th house in the reverse position. I'm going to zoom out, I promise. I promise. I just got to show you the cards up close because I like doing that now. We have conjunction as well. Okay, let's work together. There's a remix of that song Come Together. And I've got the remix in my head. It's like it's a bit of like a, I would call it rhythm remix. We have the Sun card coming out as well. Enjoy, success, and happiness. I'm getting a bloody phone call. How dare they interrupt us? I'm busy. We also have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. So random. Most people know not to call me this time because I am filming. We got some song cards. Now for these cards, my group threes, you got 3. Nobody else got 3. Everybody else got 2. So we're going to show you all 3 and pause the video to read the lyrics. The first song is Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way. The next song is by Beyonce featuring Shakira, Beautiful Liar. Wow, so this person may be a bit set in their ways. They may be a bit used to getting what they want. We also have Jagged Edge, the song Promise. The artist is Jagged Edge. Okay. Let's zoom out to make sure I've got everything in frame. Spirit, how does this person see my group threes? Oh, you know what? That was probably my handyman ringing. Damn it. I'll ring him back later. We have the 8 of Pentacles coming out for you. How does this person see group 3? Nine of Swords. Oh, wow. In the background, I have The Weeknd playing with Post Malone, One right now. That could resonate for some of you. I go, one coming over and one right now. Knight of Swords just came out. Yeah, there's frustration here. Look at them being a busybody in their workplace. Okay. Beautiful deck. I really like this deck. We also have the Hanged Man. I was about to flip it around. What does that say? This is someone stuck in their ways for sure. They have a very singular way of viewing things, and they're just used to seeing things that way. The back of the deck, we have the Sun reversed. So the main message that I'm getting in terms of how this person sees you, group 3, is that you are someone that really radiates. When you're around them, you have their attention. But when you're not around each other, this person definitely has a lot of distractions, hobbies, interests, things to keep them busy. They strike me as somebody who is trying to get ahead of themselves. Like they're working on something big right now. Their career could be really important to them with this Eight of Pentacles. They could also be a student. For some of you, this is giving me doctor vibes just because of the amount of work that they do. But outside of that, they're very focused on mastering something. This is somebody who believes they have time to grow something with you, but they also don't feel like a brand new person. You feel like someone who's been exchanging energy with them for some time, one way or another. They see you as someone who is still hiding an aspect of yourself. They see you in a public way, but they don't know you intimately. This person believes there's a lot more to you than meets the eye, and that there is a side of you that you haven't shared with them. They look at you in a very kind of respectful way, as though they haven't had the opportunity of knowing you more intimately. I also believe that for some of you, this person sees it as taboo to think of you as anything more than an acquaintance. I wouldn't even think that they would want to cross the line and call you a friend. This could be a co-worker. This could be somebody who you know in a situation that you kind of go to frequently. Like it's giving me even public gym vibes. I feel like this person is just like trying to kind of keep things really light and fun and pleasant. Pleasant more than fun. This is not somebody who's out here trying to stir things up and make things more confusing. However, with the Nine of Swords here, this person does think about you, and they think about you a lot when they don't mean to. It's giving me right before bed you slip into my mind vibes. It's giving me when I'm on the train and I'm listening to music, you slip into my mind vibes. So there is a bit of like an energetic pull there, but it is very much out of their control. There's a strong feeling from this person's side of we kind of seem like we would work well together, but I don't really know what to do about it from here. I don't feel like this is a brand new person though, you guys. It feels like there is history. It feels like you've been through some stuff already, or you already have spent a lot of time around each other. With last quarter, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles conjunction, like they've been around you enough to know that they enjoy your energy. They enjoy being around you. They like it when you interact. They like looking at you when you're together. The lyrics on all these cards just make me think that this person is quite stubborn and stuck in their own world. They're very focused on themselves, and they're very focused on getting things done the way that they like it. It does give me bachelorette vibes, but on top of that, I feel like this is someone who has a lot of integrity, and they don't like to compromise aspects of themselves just because the situation is pressing them or pressuring them to. So if, for example, you only know this person from the train and they only have like a 15-minute window to kind of be around you each morning, maybe 5 days a week, they're not going to just become this spontaneous, reckless, careless person just because they only have 15 minutes. They're going to do their usual approach of taking time and feeling confident and just observing and getting to know you first from a distance before risking stepping towards you. But in saying that, they're also just genuinely distracted by other things. Like, it feels like you always see this person when they're on their way to do something else, or you're around this person when they're busy kind of on a schedule that has already started without you. So I do feel like there's almost this very fleeting sort of interaction where you're just passing, like two ships passing each other in the night. That's what it gives me. Very dramatic. Yeah, and I just realized on this Backstreet Boys card it says, but we are two worlds apart, can't reach to your heart. When you say that I want it that way, tell me why. He said I'm worth it, his one desire. I know things about him you wouldn't want to read about. Beautiful liar. Everything will be alright, I promise these things to you. Just believe, I promise. I feel like this person is just really just trying to focus on something that's right in front of them. And because of that, they haven't been able to carpe diem with you. I really feel like this person, like, it's actually annoying because you do keep getting opportunities to connect and they don't feel like that is the right way to do it. They feel like it needs to be a different way, or give me another sign, or do it in another way, Spirit, so I know. But with the Hanged Man reverse, Spirit's like, I've given you everything. Like, at this point, you need to figure out what to do from here. Like, you are only going to get so many opportunities or chances with this person. You have to do what you can with what you already have. So they see you as someone who is quite reserved as well, because they feel like there is this part of you that is confident, or at least very attractive, and that you should have confidence because you're attractive, which is really imbalanced, isn't it? Because you might be seeing them the same way. So they're coming from this position of, well, if group 3 wanted to, like, they would. Another group had that as well. You guys may get that cast on you a lot. What else are we looking at here with the Hanged Man reversed? Oh yeah, this person's fantasies. So I feel like they do fantasize or daydream about you with the Hanged Man being here. There's this energy of like getting wrapped up in an idealized version of who you are instead of who you actually are. Especially with the Sun reverse, they are so detached from your reality, sweet soul. That's why it doesn't feel like this person is an intimate person. It feels like they're an extension of something else. You know, like you don't have that intimate connection. They're an extension of you going to the gym or the cafe or the train, and they're there every morning, but you haven't had an in-depth conversation. I do think that what you have communicated to this person in the past still sits with them. They think about it a lot. So let's get some channeled messages now. Oi, that's enough. What does this person want to say to my group 3's spirit? What does this person want to say to my group 3's? Jagged edge again. Walked out of heaven. I'm rolling down a lonely highway asking God to please forgive me for messing up the blessing he gave to me. I see everything clearer now. The night's as black as it's ever been. Without my girl, I'm a loser, and I pray that he just sheds his grace on me. Ashanti. The way that I love you. Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you, and I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too, 'cause I'm dreaming of you tonight. Till tomorrow I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than here in my room dreaming about you and me. I missed that song. I haven't listened to that song in ages. Alright, Spirit, what else does this person want to say to my group 3's? Oops. What else does this person want to say? I'm not going to take reversals in this deck. We have I haven't kissed you yet. What else does this person want to say to my group 3's? We also have I'm letting you go and moving forward. What else? What else, Spirit? What else? We have, I'll stay in the darkness with you. What else does this person want to say to group 3? Bloom with me. That makes me think of Violet Hour by Violent Soho, is it? No, that can't be right. In the dark you tell me of a flower that only blooms in the violet hour. Who sings that? Anyway, I think you've punished me hard enough. You were playing hard to get in their mind. Look at that, I made you go crazy. That's a song by a beautiful songstress, producer, everything else you could imagine on the musician spectrum, called Banks. I can't remember if it's called I Know You're Crazy or how does it go? I drove you crazy. Yeah, I drove you crazy because I know you're crazy. I drove you crazy. It's a good song. If I could play it on YouTube, I would. But I can't, and it's just looping in my brain, so you're welcome. Definitely check it out. What else can you tell group 3 from this person, Spirit? What does this person want to say to my group as 3-pisses? We have, I'm scared of this connection. Yeah, you seem like a scared kind of person, to be honest with you. Oh, my God. I'm worried about falling in love right now. Please give me time to situate things. I don't know how to express my love, so I keep it inside. At the back of this deck, we have, I'm upset with you right now. They feel like a projector. They're angry at themselves, so they're taking it out on you. What else does this person want to say to group 3? I'm seeing you in a whole new light. Well, it took you long enough, didn't it? I'm not going to kiss your ass. Okay. Somebody else will. I need emotional space. So overwhelmed. Life is so difficult for someone like this. They feel overly sensitive, okay? Just giving you a heads up. This is the kind of person that gets offended easily. You are my light in the dark. At the back of the deck, we have you're the best person in my life. I feel like this person enjoys every interaction with you, however minuscule, minute, and tiny it is. Even if you're just strangers passing each other, again at the train station, because that keeps coming up. This person really clings to those interactions, group 3. Now, I'm just going to quickly say this deck is the Persephone Oracle deck by Lulicat. This deck here is the Respectfully the Truth Messages deck by Julissa's Messages, or Messages by Julissa. And the song deck is also by Julissa's Messages. It's called... I always forget. What is it called? The Playlist Oracle. Okay, so my group 3s, this person is definitely a case of would've, could've, should've, okay? They are attracted to you if that's what you were curious about, but they're very anti-initiative. This isn't somebody that's going to take a huge, profound leap towards you. In fact, they're going to wait until you do something, and they're very frustrated that you haven't done something yet. This person is actually intimidated by you, and I'm surprised that I didn't see that before with the sun reversed. They are someone who thinks of you in that way, but they are holding back because of the circumstances in which the two of you interact. It feels very forced. It feels like if they were to do something and they were rejected by you, they wouldn't have anywhere to hide. It would be a public humiliation, or it would be very difficult for them to recover. This person definitely sees you as someone who is going to end up being like a missed opportunity, or would've, could've, should've, and they already are asking for forgiveness because they do feel like they've messed things up. They're also asking for a more profound sign from the universe or God, whoever you choose to put faith towards, They're waiting for this profound knowledge of like this obvious sign of like, yes, I should do something. And instead the universe is like, sweets, we've already given you every opportunity. And so they're at a stalemate, and they are projecting a lot of that frustration onto you because they feel like, hey, if group 3 really wanted something with me, they would have approached me. They would have made it more obvious. This person feels like you're someone that gets a lot of attention, that you're a very lovable person, you're a very attractive person, you have very soft features. And I think that they see that you get a lot of attention because of how you look. So they assume that if you were interested, you would be more expressive. They're also a very stubborn person, so don't take their word for gospel, sweet soul. It is just their point of view, it's just their opinion, and it is very, very limited in terms of it's not a well-informed opinion. They are working on something else that is definitely consuming a lot of their productive energy. They're very focused on being a better version of who they currently are and of really progressing forward in a sort of career way, or in a way that seems to be based off of their achievements in some sort, and they're being very careful about how they invest their time right now, which is where that "please give me time to situate things" message came from, group 3. This person is in a period of growth. I don't want to give you any advice yet. I'm going to pull cards and we'll see what advice Spirit can give us, because I don't want to accidentally tell you to do something when the bigger picture reveals something else. So we're going to get advice now, and then I'm going to see what we're covering in your extended reading. So Spirit, for my group 3s, what advice do you have for group 3? What advice do you have for group 3? We have the Warrior. Don't dim to fit in, Spirit is saying. We also have the Offering. So we have the number 10. We also have the number 64 coming out, in case those numbers are significant. We have Kairos. Ooh, not the number 74. 64 and 74. Anything else? And we have the Animal. The back of the deck, we have the Vessel. Okay, so the Animal is the number 19. We got a lot of 19s here with the Sun energy. And the Vessel is the number 69. Oh, let's get some affirmations, because they are beautiful and I want to use them more. What affirmations would be helpful for my group 3s as advice? We have "you will be successful." We also have "remember that you are the absolute best." Say to someone, "you can do anything." And remember that you light up any room you walk into. At the back of the deck, we have "holy heck, you are so awesome." Cute. So cute. I'm just going to drink some water first, y'all, because holy heck, you are so awesome. So group 3, your advice is to step in that bad bee energy, because you are someone who is meant to stand out, okay? You're on a path of definitely being a colorful soul if you're not already, and your confidence is attracting a lot of people. You have a lot of curious gazers in your direction. This person is one of those people, but it's not the only option. If you want more from this person, you're going to have to give more. If you don't want more, then give more to the right person, because people are going to become very easily baited. When you give a little, you're going to get a lot. And I think that's the case of this person. If you're genuinely interested, you're going to have to be the one to instigate here with Kairos and the Offering. Step into that warrior energy, be assertive, be confident, be your wonderful, beautiful self, and extend a gentle offer of communication, of interest. Maybe just saying like, "hey, I noticed you have this on your bag. Like, are you into that? I noticed that you always get off at this stop. I actually work just around the corner, blah, blah, blah." Maybe you don't want to reveal anything private like that straight away, but starting a conversation with this person could be very illuminating, and it could very quickly gauge how interested you can be, because I think you've only really scratched the surface of this person as well. They see you as someone who holds all the cards currently, and I think that once you kind of start to show some of your cards, you'll be pleasantly surprised by what you could receive. So Spirit is actually saying it would be worth giving a little bit more to this person in order for them to open up more and for you to see what else they have to offer you. Keep in mind, they aren't your only option. Spirit is saying you can do anything, you light up any room you walk into, you will be successful because you are the best. You have a lot of opportunities for connection, for meeting people, and it's really important that you are aware of that when you reach out to people. They aren't your, in the sense of, I can see how you're someone that other people get obsessed with very quickly. With all this sun energy, you really do radiate brightly and you draw a lot of people in towards you. So I just want to caution you against accidentally getting stuck on any one thing, because you do have options. Spirit is saying when it comes to this person though, they do see you in a really positive way. They're just very stuck in their heads. They're a very shy person and they see you as a very extroverted person, even if that's not accurate. And it would be a stalemate unless you offer something first. So that's where we're at in this situation. Let me shuffle some tarot cards to see what we should talk about in your extended reading. If the first part of this reading did resonate and you would like to extend it, where are we taking it for my group threes, please, Spirit? Where are we taking it? What should we be covering in the extended reading for my group threes? Oops, okay, we got to take this. We have the Eight of Chalices. All the stars in motion. Queen of Wands reversed. Ay, ay, ay. What else are we covering? It's not what I expected. Nine of Wands reversed. Okay. The first message I got was from that Eight of Chalices. Some of you are like, why would I put more energy into this? You want to know, is it in your best interest? So with that Eight of Chalices, we're going to talk about why should you put more energy into this situation? Where is it headed to? What are you going to gain? And should you actually do this? Because I think that most of you are already ready to kind of explore something else. We also need to talk about this Queen of Wands though. And this Queen of Wands in the reverse position is highlighting an energy of repulsion. I feel like some of y'all are manifesting something very specific when it comes to connections. Could just be friendship for some of you, but for others of you it is about love in general. And I feel like you're very frustrated with the fact that you seem to be attracting things that you don't want. The truth is, from what I can see from your energy in the first part of your reading, you are someone who attracts a lot. And so I think that we really just need to have a look at, well, how can you attract more of what you want? And how can you identify more of what you want? And this Queen of Wands is saying you have a lot of options to choose from, basically, and you're frustrated with the fact that it's very hard to weed out the right ones. I think we also need to just check on your manifestations in general, see what you're manifesting currently. Now, with the Nine of Wands being here, my group threes, we also, when it comes to this person, need to have a look at the energy, because I feel like you're in a defensive energy as soon as you found out that you have to do more, because you're kind of like, why should I do more? So we're going to have a look at, sorry, my camera just stopped recording, but we're going to have a look more at the energy between you and this person. We're going to have a look at why they are being so resilient. Maybe we need to explore more of how they actually feel about you and what they want from you, their intentions, to give you more of an incentive to want to extend yourself further. With the Six of Wands here, we're going to have a look at your next success in love, in connections, and we're going to have a look at how those people perceive you in general, just to gas you up a little bit more. Not that a lot of you need it, because I'll be honest with you, you have a lot of admirers. So if that sounds intriguing and you would like to join me in the extended reading, the link is in the description box. I have my voice note saved for you, all ready to go. go. So at the time that you're seeing this video, your reading will be ready and available on my website. If you're an Amethyst Hermie member, a huge thank you for supporting me and this channel. You will have access to all of the extended readings in today's video, as well as the extended readings that I've been posting for the last year on my website. So thank you so much to the Amethyst Hermies for their support. Now, group 3, before you go wherever you're going, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time, your energy, and all of your support right here on YouTube. I'm very grateful that our paths crossed, and I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I hope it did inform you a little bit better or give you that bigger perspective of what's going on around you. Even if it was just a fun reading, it's been a pleasure interacting with you, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye!